Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining me again today. My name is General Confusion, and this is once again Missionforce Cyberstorm. So, this is right after our last episode, and as you can see, we are now promoted to Force Leader because in our last mission, we completed the Cyberstorm, which means that, if you look here, we have totally new planets to go to. Kabulov, Salik, Morav, and then the Cyberstorm is on Odon. So, we are in a new solar system. I tried to say star and solar at the same time, and it didn't come out very well. We are in a new star system, and we have another set of missions to go through with all new technology. So first, let's look at our fleet. We did lose 2 demons last time. We still have Rahab, Belphegor, Semyaza, and Abaddon. Belphegor and Abaddon have lost weapons, otherwise our damage was repaired in the field. So first of all, I'm going to repair the entire fleet. Next, we're going to look at our new friend, the Reaper. So, the Reaper is like the Demon, but bigger and badder. It also has the same number of weapon slots, 6 weapon slots. But we now have access to the next level of technology, which in this case includes things like pulse lasers. So we have the anti-ballistic coat, which is pretty ineffective, except that it's very, very good against cannons, and it allows for high speed, but we don't want that, we just want Didrate. Or Trinium? No, we want Didrate. We now have access to improved drives, which makes our HERCs significantly faster. I am also going to reinforce the legs. It does have a speed penalty, but it's worth it. We're going to upgrade to the ion reactor. One second. Alright, and we're going to upgrade the battery. The shield, the Reaper can carry a heavier shield. It can go up to 2850, which we're going to do right away. Crystal MX is the highest sensor we can have at the moment. We can go up to the Q11A targeting computer. So these are all just the same incremental upgrades that we've had all along. We can go all the way up to Bio-Environ life support. That's actually hefty enough that it does lower our speed a little bit, but we're going to equip him with speed increasing items anyway. And it gives us a significant boost to bioderm stability, so if we take damage, it'll be worth it. Now, the pulse lasers. The SP750 pulse laser it has a max range of 15, it does cost significant energy to fire, but it does an incredible 240 damage to shields, and a little bit of damage to armor as well, which is nice. The real champion of this tech level, and in fact a weapon that will remain useful until nearly the end of the game, though, is the SP1200. As it says here, the most devastating laser ever built. It does 360 damage to shields, 72 damage to armor with a max range of 20. This is the gun that those heavy Cybrid turrets V3 were firing at us in the last Cybrid CC, and this is why we were dying. Because of that 360 damage versus shields. So, we are going to equip this Reaper with SP1200s in 4 slots. Now that leaves him with 2 missile slots. This slot, which one? This slot here can actually also accept missiles as well as lasers, but I prefer to have the SP1200s. Other options include we can give him EMP beamers, we can give him PPWs, but there's really no reason to use an EMP beamer here, which does 250 damage versus shields, when instead you can have an SP1200, and it uses energy, which is a more common skill, so there's really no purpose in giving a Reaper an EMP beamer. For missiles, we can now have the missile SPX, which does only 48 damage per missile, but it fires 4 times a turn, and with 20 ammo. So it actually has less relative ammo than the SP2. The SP2 has ammo for 8 rounds of fire, the SPX only has ammo for 5 rounds of fire, but it does more damage in those 5 rounds of fire. We're going to equip him with missile SPXs. Now, a resupply drone is actually something that's potentially useful given that we have these low ammo missiles. We could go down here, we get a resupply drone V5, which has a range of 40 hexes and can restock him 10 times over. However, I want the slots, because we now have access to Enhanced Nano Repair. Enhanced Nano Repair gives you 350% repair as opposed to the 250% we were working with before, so we're definitely going to want that. We're going to want a variable pulse ghoster to reduce the opponent's chance to hit. Then we're definitely going to want at least 1, more likely 2 overdrive nodes, just because we need to boost his speed. His speed is only 100 right now. The 2 overdrive nodes boosted up to 114. So this is now a very heavy combat HERC, specifically a HERC that can take down shields with incredible ease, and it uses only energy and missile stats. Now, if I wanted to, I could replace this with another missile. I could give him another missile SPX here, or I could give him an energy weapon that also does a lot of damage past shields like the HP cannon or something. The HP cannon, however, is very short range, and if I were to replace this with something to do damage, it would be the missile SPX. And that would just give him a little bit more killing power at the expense of shield damage. The SP-1200 actually does do reasonable armor damage, though, so I'm going to leave it. He does have a large battery, and his reactor is quite powerful, so I think he'll be alright. Also, his drive is a diaper. I'm juvenile, what can I say? So, Rahab, Belphegor, Semyaza, and Abaddon, these are no longer the forefront of technology here. Now, I could upgrade them, but for right now, these weapons are going to be okay, because the next thing I'm going to do is go on a mining mission. With Mr. Miyagi, who has a fueler device, I'm going to upgrade the fueler device actually to an improved extractor, which has 1,200 units of storage. And I'm going to upgrade the partial to enhanced nano repair on... Well, so these demons, I'm going to be selling them off, because once you upgrade to Reapers, you just don't need demons anymore. Reapers are larger, more powerful demons in every way. I can sell this demon for 84,000. That's not nearly enough to equip a Reaper. I mean, I started off with 200,000 credits, and I'm down to 33,000 after equipping this Reaper, but it's worth it. The Reaper is significantly larger, tougher, generally, you know, bigger and badder. Although, the demons are faster, so that is the advantage of demons. But I'm going to sell off, let me see, Abaddon, Sannyasa. Yeah, I have a lot of shield killing power now, so I'm going to sell off Abaddon. And we are going to buy, we're going to buy another mining HERC, actually. So, I am going to buy a, let me see, an ogre, possibly? I'm not looking for a HERC that can fight. Because I just don't need one. I'm going to buy a fast shadow. We'll equip it with a totally crappy bioderm because it doesn't need anything. We'll give it, I could give it anti-ballistic coat, but it really doesn't need it. I'm going to give it trinium 4 centimeter armor. I'm going to unreinforce its legs. It can only mount flexive drive. Give it an ion there. I am going to give it the heaviest shield available just so it can maybe survive a round of fire. I'm actually going to degrade its target computer. I will give it the Scout OM sensors, which will lower speed a lot, but give it a very long sensor range and allow it to run away more effectively. For weapons, we will buy weapons for it because they are cheap. So we'll give it a couple of SP-500s. They only do 150 damage versus shields, but 150 is actually still pretty respectable. And then we will equip it with... no, we'll stick with the missile SPs because a micro missile is... weighs it down. And then we're going to give it 2 variable pulse coasters to lower the enemy's chance to hit by 30%, plus it can carry 2,400 units of ore. So this is the miner. We'll just leave it with the name Fast Shadow for now. For the Reaper, what shall we name the Reaper? Actually, I'd like suggestions. Anyone who wants to, has a suggestion for what I should name this Reaper, let me know in the comments or on Space Battles forums if you're on Space Battles. It's a great forum, I recommend it, and I have a forum thread there where I talk about my videos. So if you want to join the conversation there or join the conversation in the YouTube comments, suggest names for my HERCs. I'll be asking for more and more names as I go along. The Reaper, you know, with the demon and the ogre and the giant and all that, there are very clear mythological inspirations that I can grab. But for the Reaper, you know, it's a little more generic. It's just sort of death. So, yeah, give me suggestions for names. If you would like a HERC named after you, let me know. We'll see what we can do.
HERC base.
Now, I do have bioderms, but a Reaper deserves the best. So I'm going to buy my first Tola, because I have the credits. Tola has very high stats in everything, right from the start, except elf weapons, and has a command rating, and as a result costs a whopping 50,000 credits. But I'm going to do it. Reaper is worth it. By the end of the game, you might have several Tolas, because Tolas work very well in all circumstances. So we're going to increase piloting. energy and missile, and then we are also going to upgrade his command, so he can now increase the stability of all other bioderms around him very easily. We have a little bit of bioderm damage, not all that much, because we had a command bioderm, Vryle, during most of that battle, and the bioderms that took damage mostly died. Poor demons. So we're going to link Tola to the Reaper. Then who do we have unlinked? Garen is unlinked because we sold his demon. So Quabble, honestly, compared to Garen, Quabble's not bad, but he's not fantastic either. And one of his major skills is in Plasma, which we just don't need. Jai is unlinked, and Jai has a high piloting skill. So what I can do one of two things. I'm going to upgrade Jai here, and then I can either buy a crappy protoderm to pilot my mining HERC. We'll increase energy, we'll increase missile, we'll also increase advanced tech. That becomes more useful actually as you go along. Some of the late game weapons are advanced tech, if I remember correctly. And we'll also upgrade cannon just for laughs. But Jai has a very high piloting skill, and he lives for quite some time. So I may just link Jai. Nah, Jai's too valuable. I'm gonna buy a crappy protoderm to put in my mining HERC. Yeah. Model 001. Let's do that. And then he only has a piloting skill of 50, but I could spend more than I spent to purchase him to upgrade the piloting skill, but actually, never mind, it's not worth it. It's not worth the investment. So let's link him to Fast Shadow, and let's head out to do some mining. So, Kabulov, Salik, you can see the bonuses are much higher now, and that's because the Cyberds have much better technology. So, Kabulov has an extremely inhibiting electromagnetic field. Most of it is flat, gravity is very low, the atmosphere is highly poisonous, and anti-grav systems don't work here, which is actually not a problem because gravity is so low. In a little bit here, we'll get access to anti-gravity, which is more and more effective at increasing your HERC speed as the gravity becomes higher. So it's more and more valuable on the heavier planets. And then Salik, we know there to be a distinct cyber presence on Salik. Salik has lost all of its atmosphere, it's 70% gravity, and cannons don't work on Salik. So as you get further into the game, when you move into the latter two solar systems, the worlds become more and more interesting and distinct. So on Salik, cannons just don't work. It's not worth bringing giants to Salik unless you equip them with particle guns, with the LPG, MPG, SHPG line of weaponry. They will still function, but cannons just won't. So giants on this map, unless tooled up, equipped especially for Salik, are just worthless. We're not going to take the Salik mission, though. We're going to stick with Kabulov, just because my HERC force is not terribly strong by the standards of this solar system. So we're going to stick with the lower strength cyber force.
Launch initiated.
So our objective is to mine 500 units of ore. First thing, let's swap our minimap to show ore locations, and look, we've got some ore right there. Fast Shadow, why are you... Oh, because we're in rough ground. Oh, wait, why are you having such trouble? Oh dear, I made a mistake. I forgot to equip him with any, thing to boost his speed, any overdrive nodes. Well, so what we'll do is we will fan out a little bit. Over here we have metallic nodules that have a move cost of, well, not much higher than rough ground. See, over here on this uneven ground and level ground, you can move quite quickly. Down here in the rough ground where we are, it's a little bit hard to move with any speed.
Movement. Shields. Movement.
And of course the metallic nodules make it impossible to move with any speed.
Shields. Movement. Shields.
So let's just see what the future holds for us, shall we?
Movement. Shields.
Okay, the Cyberds are mining. We'll put Reaper up here on Overwatch.
Movement.
Fast Shadow going to crouch. See, in the age of pulse lasers, 900 shields, that's enough to possibly survive one hit. Certainly not enough to survive two. Unless you're super, super duper lucky. So we're going to take Manny the Miner here, and just start grabbing that ore. Our Reaper, I want him to stay up there on Overwatch for right now, because he has these long-range energy weapons that can do a lot of damage even at extreme ranges. But we're going to move these guys over in this direction. He will stay back here, guarding the carrier. Honestly, if we mine a few hundred units of ore and then just leave without ever running into the Cybrids, I'd be okay with that. Nope, nothing's going on. See, that's the kind of motion you normally get on level ground and uneven ground. Over here in the rough ground, it's just 103. Over here, 50. Yeah.
Movement. Shields.
Alright, so there's no Cybrids coming over to get you from there, so you can move in that direction. This demon... Demons are still tough enough to be used as exploration units. They just, you just don't want to run into a million Cybrids with them.
Systems.
You start mining that. You move over in this direction, see what you can see.
Shields. Movement.
With these last gen weapons they're mounting are just,
Shields.
compared to pulse lasers, not super impressive.
Movement. Shields. Movement.
Okay, there is a Spectre V2. Not the world's most threatening adversary. Which is good.
Movement.
Okay, so we've got rid of him. But honestly, at this point, I'm a little miffed that the Cybrids have clearly mined so much ore. Just because ore is money, I want it. I want all of it. I want it all to belong to me. That was my objective, but screw the objective. 500 units of ore is not enough. We need that money. Got to make that money.
Shields.
Okay, so we have a Parasite V1, non-threatening, and a Cerberus V1, also pretty non-threatening.
Shields.
Since the V1s are the unupgraded models, these guys are still equipped with basic weapons from back in the day. The Genocide V3, on the other hand, is quite threatening. Because the Genocide V3 is, I'm not sure if it's equipped with pulse lasers or not, but it's definitely equipped with more advanced weapons and probably more advanced shielding as well. How much have you got? You've got 250, you've got 430. My Reaper, of course, as is the thing that happens with games like this, is I have sent my Reaper off in the wrong direction, and so he is not available to help in the fight.
Shields.
But that's okay.
Movement.
He's escorting the other mining herc around. So you've already fired. 47%, 89%. I'm going to fire my HP cannons at him, just to kill him. Then we're going to hurt that Genocide's shields as badly as we can. We'll also get our blast mortars involved. Since we have them, we might as well use them. And see, these are pretty long-range guns, even though my hit chance is very low at this range, but it's worth the shot. Yeah, see, that Genocide is equipped with EMP beamers and particle guns. That is a Spectre V2, which I'm not terribly threatened by. But you march up a couple spaces. There, Genocide dead. And you just take some pot shots. Nope, okay, fine. Not accomplishing anything. Now we can flank him with SP-1200 fire. And dead.
Movement. Shields.
Okay, nothing else. Grab the rest of that ore, go over to that ore field. You march into this metallic node field. You need to regenerate your energy for a little while. Another Parasite V1. So there are several Cybrids on this map, but they are low ranking. They're not very impressive. See, with the advantage of height and Tola's skill, we can shoot right over that cliff without even being bothered. Yep, Cyber threat eliminated. We'll leave the map. Okay, so we got $54,000 from that task, 55,000 almost, and that was only 75% of the possible rating points.
HERC base. HERC bay.
So we can use that money to buy a new Reaper. We won't equip it just yet, but we will. What we'll do is we will sell, not Goliath. We may sell Belphegor here, because Belphegor's armament is kind of mixed. Well, I mean, I guess the mixed armament is actually bad. Rahab, Semyaza. Let's sell Semyaza. So, Reaper, already equipped with the best armor, improved drive, ion reactor, reinforced legs. Yeah, what's the speed rating on that fast shadow? Yeah, it's 308. What we actually want to do is replace these with overdrive nodes for even more speed. So the adequately named Reaper 1, well, inadequately named Reaper 1, we're going to give him his massive shields. He's got his sensor. We'll give him his targeting computer, give him his life support. Now, let's give him also missile SPXs. The other option here, we have Katyusha, and we have the missile SAT, the saturation bombardment. See, that's 75, penetrating damage 10, damage to an area 7 hexes in diameter. So if you have a whole bunch of Cybrids all lined up together, and you could take out a whole bunch of shield facings in one turn, then the saturation missiles and the Katyusha can be useful. But that's so unlikely that I don't even bother to account for the possibility. So here, to save energy, you could go with the 750s, but I'm going to stick with the 1200s. I'm going to give him at least 2 1200s. Then down here, I might want to give him some more armor-damaging weapons just for funsies. Let's give him a couple of PBWs. This one... Where's the PBW? There it is. Couple of PBWs, couple of missile SPXs. So this guy is a little more rounded. Or actually, no. No. We'll just give him 3 missiles and 3 energy weapons. So this guy is a little bit more well-rounded in terms of being able to do more damage with less shield-busting power. Enhanced nano repair will eat up most of our money, and then an overdrive node, and one variable pulse ghoster. So, we'll just call him, I don't know. Once again, give me names, guys. Tell me what you would like to see our big bad killing HERCs called. Right now, I will call him, to avoid having Reaper 1 on the agenda, I'll just name them after the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse real quickly. So this one will be War, and this one will be Death. But these are placeholder names. Give me ideas.
HERC base.
And now we will link to him somebody with a high energy and missile skill. So of the unlinked HERCs, we have Quabble, we have Garen. I think I'll probably give him to Garen because energy and missile are both in the 80s. And then we have Jai. I might actually want to use Jai just to get Jai some experience, and energy and missile are both reasonable for Jai. Let's stick with Garen for now. The next one we can give to Jai. So let's go on one more mission here. I don't have enough forces to really be happy about quick assaults, although I do kind of want to show off the quick assault mission type. We know there to be a distinct cyber presence. I'll tell you what, I'll do a quick assault as soon as I have enough Reapers, as soon as I've upgraded my force to basically, you know, hit the state of the art. For now, we're going to do another mining mission. Ooh. Those are high bonus mining missions. Let's go to Morav, though. That's a planet we haven't seen yet. So, Morav is seen as an ideal colonization site before cyber infestation was discovered. In Newspeak, the name Morav meant paradise. So, gentle terrain, not a whole lot of protection, plant life can be used as cover, high gravity, so we're going to be slow. The atmosphere is normal and the electromagnetic field is normal, however, so assuming your bioderm isn't killed outright, life support damage doesn't mean instant death on this planet.
HERC base. Launch initiative.
So let's see what we've got. We have a huge ore field right over here, so we are going to send war in that direction immediately. Over there, see what you see. Nothing.
Movement. Shields.
Okay. Now, the rivers. Rivers are hard to move through, and they give you a defense penalty. So we want to get up off the crusted sand, out of the river, if we can. We can't. Alright, just cross the river.
Shields.
You move up there to provide fire support. Rahab, get up here. This demon, get into cover there. And this giant, get into cover there. And you, sir, move over here. Okay. We are under attack immediately. That's a Cerberus V3. He is armed with SP 500s, I believe. Okay, so we've got Cyberts coming in from two directions. We have a Genocide V2, a Spectre V3, a Cerberus V3, and an Arachnus V1 and an Arachnus V2. He's dead. We're just gonna pop off a few shots into his shields. You get up there. So this is war. And he's the one with more missiles. So as you can see, these missiles aren't terribly damaging, but we can just keep shooting them. We can keep shooting them for a long time. Out of range. You could still hit him with missiles from over there, so if we bring down that Cerberus's shield, we can still missile him to death. Oh, come on. I said if we bring down that Cerberus's shield... Well, maybe we won't bring down the Cerberus's shield. Let's try again. Yeah, there we go. There we go. See, even from over here, missiles are so accurate that we still have a 53% chance to hit. And we scored 2 hits. Not bad.
Weapons unresponsive.
Well, that was sad. Alright, so we took out the Cerberus. We still have the 2 Arachnuses to deal with, and we don't know what else we might have on the map.
Systems.
But we're going to grab some more. Okay, Arachnus is coming in. It looks like that might be all that's on the map. Oh, I forgot to move you last turn. That's 580 units. Now you, sir. Move up and do a little shooting. Your chance to hit is abysmal because the HERC carrier is between you and the target. And your chance to hit is probably not great either. Yeah, 61%. Alright, there you go. Okay, nope, it looks like there are more cybrids on the map somewhere. So, they're not mining, however, so I'm not too worried about them. If they were stealing my delicious mining income, I would be a little more peeved, but as it is, I'm just going to kind of explore in a desultory way. Well, not desultory exactly, but you know what I mean. I'm not gonna push too hard, especially since Belphegor needs to recharge. Now, Reapers, since they're not using the real huge energy hog weapons like HP cannons take 75 energy to fire, and SP-1200s only take 45, they don't have quite the same problem that demons do in terms of endurance in combat. They do still run out of energy in combat, but it takes them a few turns of continuous fire to do it. Whereas a fully tooled up demon can run itself out of energy in like 2 turns, maybe 3. So it's not as bad. We are just tearing the guts out of this ore field with a quickness. Cybrids! Oh, Cybrids, where are you? I want to find you and shoot you. Come here, little Cybrids. Come here, Cybrids. Well, it looks like the Cybrids don't want to come out and play, which is unfriendly of them, but not entirely unexpected. Because after all, we did just blow up a whole bunch of their friends. So, you know, they might be a little intimidated by that. Where are your shields pointed? Alright, that's fine. We're going to keep this Reaper on this ridge, where he can be lord of all he surveys. Up, 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 up. We've got a Hades V2.
Movement. Shields. Movement.
So, we've got a powerful high mark Cybrid over there in the darkness somewhere. Let's move our start moving our giants in that direction. Should have been moving them before, I just wasn't thinking about them. And you, maybe curl over this way, see if you can flank. It will take you several turns to get up there, however. Oh, he's right there. He's literally, like, just outside of sight. There he is. So you see, even the high mark Cybrids, well, he didn't have his shields really pointed in my direction, which was silly of him, but... Yep, leave the map. Okay, 84,000, not bad. So we got 13,000 from auto mining, 20,000 from the ore that we mined, which was about half the ore on the map, and a 6,000 Cybrid bounty. Not bad at all. All of our Cybrids are doing well. We will have to replace Borak sometime relatively soon. He only has 21 months to live. Then after that, Koras is going to go as well. And of course, Model 001 will only last 3 or 4 more missions. I'll probably replace him with a more long-lived but still cheap bioderm like a Kyoko or something, just to keep from having to deal with that all the time.
HERC base.
Okay, so thank you for tuning in today. That's the episode for today. I'll probably do a little bit of mining, grinding off camera, just to get us up to snuff monetarily wise, see if I can buy another Reaper. So, if you liked this, leave a like on the video, consider subscribing to the channel, and more content like this will be coming to you on the regular. And like I said, give me names for HERCs. Heck, give me names for bioderms. We can name those too. We can also change those names. So, let me know if you'd like to be a HERC or a bioderm, or if you just have some other ideas, and I will happily put them into the playthrough. So, thank you, and I will see you all next time.